Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel, I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. Today, I figured that I would go ahead and show you around some of the things that have changed since I started vlogging. I've been roughly a week behind, sometimes more than a week, and I really wanted to get caught up. So over the last month or so, I've been kind of like, if I have one that is just one that I'm just not super pumped about, like, you know, something, whatever it may be, I just cut it out. And then recently, a couple of friends of mine, Tangi from Fermented Homestead and Julie from Row & Co Farms and Constance from A Good Life Farm, they were talking about doing the 3 Rivers Every Bit Counts challenge. I'd never heard of it. After they were talking about it and I started looking into it, I was like, that sounds kind of interesting. That sounds like something fun, especially for somebody like me who is a daily vlogger. I thought it would be kind of fun to bring you guys along every day whenever possible and just share with you guys. If I have a video on what I'm doing, I'll probably just do a short bit about it and then, you know, do a vlog and kind of show you what I'm doing. And then if I don't have a dedicated video for it, it'll be more of a dedicated video with maybe some vlog stuff thrown in. Tell me what you guys think about that. I think it'll be kind of fun because there's a bunch of stuff that I need to do. Like I have some onions and some potatoes that I need to dehydrate. I have a bunch of chicken that I need to empty out of my freezer to make way for the 100 meat birds that are coming. Like we have all this stuff that's coming in, and I have a lot of stuff that I have to process. So I thought it would be kind of neat. I tend to do really big processing days, and it would be kind of fun to challenge myself to keep it small and to do just regular types of processing, like smaller batch type stuff. If there's any noise in the background, please excuse it. They are trimming all of the branches around the power lines in the area, and they're getting closer and closer to my house. They actually cut off the power for a little bit this morning. Thankfully, it was very brief. That's why I'm also making sure that the shotgun mic is pointing away from the direction they are. I'm also participating in 2 other collaborations that I want to make sure to tell you guys about. One of them is one that I do every first Tuesday of the month, and that is the shelf-stable pantry collaboration. That's where all of us get together, come up with recipes that are 100% shelf-stable or can be made 100% shelf-stable, and making recipes and bringing it out to you guys. So I'm participating in that one. That one is actually going up tomorrow. That's tomorrow's the first Tuesday of August. So make sure you guys watch for that one. I'm going to be making like a keto Alfredo. Another collaboration I'm going to be taking part in this month is the August Jamboree. That is hosted by Mary Ellen over at Prepper Potpourri, and it's sponsored by 4 Jars Canning Lids because they're awesome. So I wanted to make sure I gave you guys a little bit of a heads up. Each collaborator has 2 $50 4 Jars gift cards to give away, and however we see fit. So my video is going to drop Thursday at 5 o'clock Central. We're going to do a live premiere, so make sure that you guys tune in at 5 o'clock Central time. So that's, what is that, 6 o'clock Eastern and 4 o'clock 3 o'clock Pacific. So make sure that you guys stay tuned for that. Oh, and that's noon Hawaii time for my sister. And one person in the premiere is going to win a gift card, and then one person from the comments of once the video actually gets posted, one person from the comments is going to win. Make sure that you guys stay tuned for that. It's going to be an awesome collaboration through the whole month. Everybody's giving away gift cards in whatever way that they wish to do it, but this is just kind of the way that I think would be awesome. Do one on a live premiere and one of them later on. Give everybody an opportunity, because not everybody can attend a live premiere. So for the collaboration, it's a little bit different than it was last year. We're not actually making jams. We are making recipes with the jams that we've already made, and we're going to share with you guys tons of different amazing, delicious ways that you guys can use jams in your everyday cooking. How awesome is that? It's not just for peanut butter and toast. Like, it's delicious. I've seen the list of things that people are planning on making. It is going to be bomb diggity. It is going to be fantastic, and I'm so excited about it. What are you doing? I got my little boo-boo here. He's always here. He just walks beside me purring. I love this cat. A couple of things that I wasn't able to actually include in vlogs because the first snuck up on me really fast. The first one, the biggest one, and the most disappointing one is definitely this empty khaki Campbell cage. We had a raccoon that actually came in the middle of the night and killed 9 of the 10 khaki Campbells and just left them there. They carried out, I think they ate 2 of them, and the other ones they just killed for fun. And they left one a very a very sad cyclops, and half of his face was eaten out, or he or she, I have no idea, and their whole neck was was exposed, like the inside of the neck. And for a minute I thought about trying to save him and put him in with the big guys over here, but that once they discovered the open wounds and stuff like that, they started pecking at it, and so I knew that it was going to be very, very short but very sad life. So we decided to end his misery there. We don't have khaki Campbells anymore, so that super sucks. We're going to be ordering more khaki Campbells as well as some guineas. What do you need, boo? What do you need? Unfortunately, we're going to have to be brooding some more ducks, which really sucks. And it really sucks that just the way that they died, it was awful. It was just like, I walked out here and it was just a complete bloodbath. And yeah, it definitely sucks. Robert was working on this because we had, I can't remember exactly why we decided to do that. Oh, yes, the day before this happened, over in the chicken pen, that one had dug under, not dug under to where he could slip in, but dug under and snatched a bird. And you could see that he had eaten the bird. There was the feathers on the outside and all the things. So when that happened, Robert started building this. It's basically wood. I showed you guys that he's working on, but it's all just, it's probably 2 to 2.5 feet of wood that's laid down, and then really heavy rocks on top of it. And the day before he finished it is when the raccoons got in. They got in a place where he didn't see that there was, I don't know if you call it a breach, but a weakness in the structure here, and they slipped in, and that's basically how they got in. So unfortunately, now it's pretty secure. It's definitely not going to be able to dig in, and all the areas have been gone over carefully and patched up. Oh, I think they're getting really close. It's starting to get really loud. Okay, so let's hurry up. Once they actually make it up to my property, I'm going to remind them that they can leave all their wood chips here. So let's go ahead and try and do a little bit of a garden tour. If the audio is terrible, I'll retry it later. How about that? So first up, I don't know what all this white stuff is. It was not here yesterday. There's all this white stuff, like in many places. It's not like it just started in one spot and moved. So hopefully that's a good sign. Maybe that's a sign of some kind of mushroom. That'd be cool. So you can see some of the tomatoes in this area of the garden are doing pretty well. Some of them died. And we got a bonus. This purslane is doing beautifully. Look at how big this guy is. It's pretty big. I planted purslane last year, but never actually got any. And then here we go. It's just here. So yeah, it's strange that it just like moved in overnight, and it seems to be all over the garden. So I don't know what this stuff is. If you guys know, I'd love to know, because I'm actually filming this the day that I'm going to post it. What is this stuff? See, he's always here. He's so cute. And then these ones here, we lost. I have 8 tomatoes that are going to need to be replaced if I want to. I do have those starts inside that I have not planted, so they're ready to go. Something was out here eating an apple. These cabbages have definitely responded very well to the rain. They're starting to get perked up and filled in a little bit. But the cucumbers, oh my gosh, did these guys ever grow after the rain over the last couple of days? It rained hard for like almost 2 days straight. Like at least half of 2 days it rained hard. It was amazing. And these guys are definitely loving it. Oh my gosh, this cat. He's just here purring. I can't even. Okay. So you can see it is doing fantastic. Over here, I planted in this blank area where I was saying I was going to plant. I planted this whole area with provider bush beans, because I know that I like provider bush beans. Then over there, I did all soybeans. This bed here, those are some squeaky machines. This bed here, you can see the ones that we transplanted did terribly. I don't know why this one in particular did so awful. Completely terribly. And starting to get some vine borers. And then over here, this side did pretty okay. I mean, we lost some of the Lena Cisco beans. And then some of the, most of the Whipple drying bean. But these ones did great. This is the lima beans. I ended up planting the blank spaces with more lima beans here because I didn't have any more of the Whipple. Planted the garbanzo beans, and I just filled in all the spaces with what was there before. Over here on the tunnel, which is the last video that y'all saw, I planted this box here with melons, and then these are kajari. These are planning on sprawling out. And then over here is just some squash. I planted some zucchino rampicante. Hey, come on, boo. And then Waltham, what's here? Pennsylvania Dutch and Celebration Acorn. Come on, boo. I'm gonna put you in my pocket or something. And then some, I actually got one Table King. I've never had a Table King sprout. Look at that guy. Oh, and a honey nut. Oh, come on, boo, please. And then up here is just all my pole beans. Up here is mostly, I haven't planted the front of the bed here, but, and I'm going to with some bush beans or something. Oh, come on, boo. Okay, I give up. Okay, up here is Taiwan beans, and then Chinese red noodle beans, and then a few Kentucky Wonder. They've only been in the ground for maybe 4 days. Haven't had any, we had one loss here of the beans. We still have these squash that need to be put into the ground. And then there's some flowers here that aren't really doing much, so I don't know if we'll end up doing anything with those. But these are definitely gonna go in the ground. My plan with that is basically to just lay down cardboard, pile some dirt, and throw them in there randomly around the property. Just so that they can grow and hopefully be able to mitigate any collections of squash bugs. Jeez, it sounds like they're right there. Oh, because they are. Next up, of course, no homestead tour would be complete without checking out the baby chicks. So, we got these guys in here. I've taken out their hot plate. So, they're just, it's pretty warm in here. And I'm trying to get them all used to being outside when the time comes. But these guys are getting pretty full in here. I've also taken off their heat lamp. They got plenty of food, plenty of water. With the water, I find that this water is enough for them as long as I make sure to keep track of it and swap it out several times a day. I did have 2 of these in here, but since they're growing and the space is not, I decided to remove it and just make sure to keep really careful eye on it to give them more space in there because they are so big in such a little space. Let me show you what we're gonna do about that. Some of you might know that my son, he's 20 and he lives with us, and in exchange, he has the option of either paying rent or working off his rent. You might call him a woofer. The project that I've had him working on at the moment is kind of just a janky setup on how to turn underneath this deck into a temporary chicken coop, right? I had told you guys a while ago, and I talked to my husband about it afterwards, and he was on board with it. And basically this, let me give you a better perspective. I don't know if you can tell, but right along here it's a slope. It slopes down pretty steeply. You couldn't quite call it a ridge, but it's pretty close to it. You couldn't really do anything on that line there. So basically the plan is this whole area in here is from where I'm standing, straight across here to the deck, all the way around to the start of the dipping down. That's all going to be a garden. Why not put the chickens to work, right? Doing what they love to do, digging and preparing a garden bed. So under here we have this board going all the way down to the bottom, right? And he's got the chicken wire stapled on. and it's stapled to the boards underneath that are screwed to the piers, right? So we're gonna come through, and that's just for an extra layer. That's not all we're gonna do. We're gonna come through, well, he's gonna come through and plywood the whole thing up, because we got raccoons, we know that. So we're gonna plywood this whole area up here and put the rocks down on the bottom. So and the boards and the rocks like we have at our other coop up top there. So that should hopefully keep out any raccoons. And same thing on the other side over there. He's got that going on also. And then on this side, this is why it hasn't been done yet. We're both trying to rack our brains, trying to figure out how to make this some kind of a secure door large enough that I can crawl in there, change out the hay. We're gonna go in there. He's gonna go in there, get all the rocks and stuff out, and then build something to where we can like flip this up and turn it into a door, a gate of some sort that is secure, that I'm able to get in and out of easily. Well, I mean, as easily as you can with a 2 foot tall. You know, it's gonna be gross, but you know, whatever, it's gonna be worth it. I'm proud of him. He's getting this done. I needed something to be taken off of my plate. I had too much going on at the same time that needed to happen at the same time. So I brushed this project off on him, and he's asking questions and stuff like that. He took a building class in school, I think for 1 year, but I mean, there's a difference between like doing contractor schooling and doing homestead contractor experience. It's a different world. Like, you wouldn't build something like this. So you have to kind of figure out what you have and how you can patch it in and piece it in and make it work. Because he was like, well, you need to get this, that, and the other thing. And I was like, no, I'm not getting any of that. Like, figure it out. Make it work. Oh, the other thing that he did, if you remember, all of this, all these coops and things and whatnots and was over here. So he tore down all of that stuff first, and then he was doing the other stuff. So I think that's pretty much it as far as homestead updates go. There's not a ton of stuff that happened in the week or the couple of I think it was 4 different vlogs that I cut out over this course of time. It might have been more, and there was also some days that I just didn't record. I just really wanted to get the full benefit of doing daily vlogs, and I felt like if I could only do that if I was posting them more closely after I actually did the vlogs, because I love getting feedback from all of you guys, and then I get the feedback and advice and things like that, and I was like, shoot, I already did it this other way, or you know, whatever it may be. I wanted to have a little bit more of a daily report with you guys. So I also have some older videos that I have on hand in case something happens, and you know, whatever. I have my older like canning and food preservation videos from the house that I lived at in Mount Vernon. The day is very quickly enclosing on me, and it is the 1st, so I need to go inside and do some food preservation so that I can bring it to you guys on Wednesday. If you guys are new around here, we just moved to our 30-acre homestead in southern Missouri. We are transplants from Washington State, and I'm bringing you guys along and sharing with you all the things that we are doing to turn our sort of existing infrastructure into something more usable and expanding into something that will meet our needs. So if that sounds awesome to you, I also like to do all kinds of videos on food preservation, canning, freezing, dehydrating, and fermenting, and showing you guys videos on how you can actually incorporate that preserved food into your everyday cooking. If that sounds awesome, check out this link right here. This is the subscribe button. This is what keeps us connected. It keeps you coming back. It's awesome. Up here is a video that Mr. Google Pants thinks that you're going to enjoy. This here is my last homesteading vlog video. I think that's where I built the tunnels up there. And then up here is my Missouri homestead playlist. Make sure you check that one out for all the awesomeness since the day we left Washington. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.